Hi guys, in this video I will talk about AI faction remerging or uprising in Europa Barbarorum 2. This is something that will definitely happen during your campaign and you have to be aware of it. This is something that makes expanding your empire very difficult and challenging. At the start of the campaign, each faction has a starting capital. As you progress throughout the campaign, some factions gets destroyed. When you destroy the faction in the vanilla edition, they are finished for good, but that is not the case here in Europa Barbarorum 2. When you or AI destroy some faction, there is a big chance that they will reemerge. This means that you or AI will have to destroy them twice or even more, and now I want to show you how this works. This city of Epidamnos is the starting capital of the Epirus faction. As you can see, there are a lot of troops in the city, but the public order is only 85%. I will now leave only one unit in the city. The public order fell to 50% and the city is going to rebel against me. And in the next turn they rebelled against me. You can also see this notification about their rebellion, so you will know if any faction on the map remerges again, because this notification shows every time which faction remerges again. The city of Epidamnos became a part of the remerged Epirus faction. Also, one big army of Epirus appeared near their starting capital of Epidamnos. You can see that their army is very strong in numbers and in quality. In this case, I knew what will happen, and I have prepared a strong army for a fight near them. But imagine that you're fighting with another faction in the other part of the world, and suddenly this army appears in your back. Surrounding cities don't have any strong garrison, as the army is expensive and there were no threats from other factions. All of your best generals and units are far away, fighting for new territories. You're completely surprised, but you have to react as fast as possible to eliminate them again. This will take you time and money, and you will probably have to halt your advance on other fronts. Now I will attack the Epirus faction and destroy them again. After 2 turns, they are destroyed again. But every time you capture the city that was the starting capital of some faction, you will get this notification. Then you will have to check which buildings are in the city. As I can see, everything looks normal here, but I will show you other starting capitals that I conquered before. I want to show you the buildings that will usually appear in the conquered starting capitals. The name of this building is Region Owner Switch Target. As you can see, they give a significant amount of bonuses for public order, and if these buildings are available, you can be sure that there will be no more rebellions from that faction. So if you look at this city over here, this was the starting capital of Chimeros Bosphorus faction. You can see that there is only one unit in the city, while the taxes are on the highest level, and I don't have any problem maintaining public order, which is 135% here. Also, this is the city of Armavir. which was the starting capital of the Hydrogen faction. The Hydrogen faction rebelled against me 2 or 3 times until this building appeared. You can see that there is only 1 unit in the city, while taxes are on the highest level, and I don't have any problem maintaining the public order here. This building will usually appear in other starting capitals, giving the exact same public order bonuses, but not in every starting capital. Sometimes this building will even give you negative public order points. If this building gives you negative public order, you will have to demolish it. If this building gives positive public order bonuses, you will leave it. Just check the buildings in the starting capital every time you capture it. The army of the re-emerged faction will always appear near their starting capital, but their starting capital will not always rebel together with them. I will show you what I mean. After I destroyed the Greek faction, something you can see in my previous video, they soon rebelled against me. Their army appeared near their starting capital of Rhodos here. But the city of Rhodos didn't rebel with them. As you can see, it is in my possession. At that time, the city of Asak on the far east was in rebels' possession, and it just switched sides to the Greeks. Just like that. I'm not sure if this is some kind of bug, but that's what happened. Also, while I was plundering North Africa, the Carthage faction re-emerged near their starting capital, even though the city itself was in the Romans' possession. You can see their army here and their faction leader. After 1 or 2 turns, some rebel cities on the islands in the Mediterranean Sea switched side to the Carthage faction. You can see that this city over here switched side to the Carthage faction. To show you how this can be tricky, I will show you what happened to me with the Taxasquila faction. I destroyed the Taxasquila faction by killing all of their generals, so their cities became rebel cities. I didn't want to take their starting capital of the Taxasquila from the rebels. I wanted to avoid this faction re-emerging scenario, so I left their starting capital in the rebels' possession. After some time, their army appeared near the starting capital of Taxasquila, but the city itself didn't rebel with them, and this army is now on the move over here. Meanwhile, this city over here in Africa switched sides to the Taxasquila faction, even though it was never in their possession and far away from their homeland. Obviously, this pattern is repeating, and this can be a bit annoying, but I think that this faction re-emerging is a good representation of reality. When some foreign power conquers new lands, they are rebellions. The only solution to this problem is to destroy them as many times as needed. Also, don't leave cities in the rebels' possession if there is a danger of faction re-emerging. Of course, this means your conquering pace has to be a bit slower than in Vanilla Edition. It is not possible to just run over some lands and you are done. But that's the way how conquest works in reality, and that's the reason I love Europa Barbarorum 2. Also, you can use this in your favor. If some AI faction controls the starting capital of another faction, you can attack it and leave the city. That faction will re-emerge again, and you have a new potential ally, but that is a topic for another video. Thank you for watching this video.